Let's have some fun. Let's have some down there. I won't lose to the lights of foolish. Come on, baby. Come get me. Just about time. That's right. Come on. Show me your motivation. Trick ya. Go to hell. It's over. Real before. Get lost. There goes. Let's have some fun. Down. Check. Real. Go to hell. Get Go to hell! Get lost! Down! Go to hell! Let's go to hell. There's no time for that. I know what must be done.
I entrust it
Well, look at
to
you.
him.
Maybe you could take this a teeny bit more seriously.
My power shield activates.
This has nothing to do with you. Stand down. Nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with me. Hell no. Here, your turn.